Hey everyone, welcome back. Well, as you can see, we had a beautiful rain move through yesterday, and now we're on the cold side of the cold front. We're actually having a few snow squalls out there, but nothing that's going to stick. So to this point, we haven't had any freezing temperatures. So I know the ground's not frozen at all, and it is getting down to that time when the ground is going to start to freeze. So today I want to go to the shale pit and look for some tamarack trees, and this is a great time of year to look for them because they all turn gold, so they're very easy to spot. So before I head out, we'll get a little inspiration here in this greenhouse. Starting with this tree. This one was collected back in March and has done really well in the box. They have been really awesome trees to collect, and this one is a very interesting tree. Where I got it from, it was very exposed and has been shaped by wind and snow over the years. So really happy with this one. And I don't have to look very far for inspiration in here. This is where number one's gonna spend the winter time. And this tree was repotted in the spring, and it has really grown on that repot. And it's right at that point where if you shake it, the needles are all ready to fall off. So it won't be long till it won't have its needles anymore. Be asleep for the winter. It's just an awesome tree. Just continues to get better and better. So I'll make the trek to the shale pit and we'll see what we can find today. All right, I didn't have to look very long before I found a tree that I'm interested in. I'm definitely looking to get some today that I can put some wire on and put some movement into them. So this one is the perfect size for that. There's tree number one. I'll cut these lower branches off, but this one is the perfect size, and it's very flexible. I can put some really nice movement into that one. So that's the first tree. So the other thing I'm looking for today is some small ones that I can develop for forest plantings. So this one is a good one. And the smaller they are, the easier they come out. So it's a good little tree. So the other tree I'm always looking for in here are small blue spruce. And here's a good example of a red spruce and a blue spruce growing right together. This little blue spruce here is a good one. If I pull on them and I feel a lot of resistance, I know I need to get under them with a crowbar. Try to keep as many roots as I can. This one's probably entwined with this other tree. Go. That's a nice one for a little concrete pot. Good roots. This one's a little bit larger tree, but it's still going to be flexible enough to put some really nice movement into. So being a bigger tree, it's rooted. All right, I had to wrestle with that one for a minute. But they have been very forgiving for staying alive, and that's enough roots for it to go into a box. And at this size, they're still flexible, so I can put some really nice movement into it. All right, there's a couple of good ones here that I can put some nice movement into. Perfect size. There's another one right here. So those two are gonna work. All right, there's a little tamarack gold mine here. Lots of little ones that are good for wiring. Liking this one here. You can see they just pop right out. And with that one, I've just about got as many trees as I want today. You can see there's just little trees everywhere in here. So I've got a real nice tub of tamaracks there. So we'll head back to the house and get them potted up. All right, one more tree has caught my attention. This one's got a good shape for a little concrete pot. Okay, that's it. back here. I'm passing one of my favorite spots to collect moss, so have a little pit stop here and collect some off these granite boulders. Here's a beautiful piece. Just a beautiful piece of moss. All right, made the trip back. Starting with the big tree here. I want to clean these lower branches off. All the trees in the shale pit tend to have lots of low suckers on them. So we want to get rid of all of those. Develop a nice trunk on it. Here. So for this tree, I've got fairly thick gauge wire. This wire was salvaged out of an old well. So I'll just push it down to the bottom of the pot. Get it wrapped up. Definitely learned from selling these trees that if I have a straight tree next to a tree that has nice movement, the one with the movement is going to sell. So this is an important step on them. Not end up with a straight tree. Go. Tree will be more flexible as I get up higher on it, so I'll be able to put a little more movement into the top of it. It's good on a big tree like this not to try to bend it all at once. I've given the tree a little rest time. And I can actually bend on it for a few days if I want to put more movement into it. So Getting pretty happy with this one. A tree of this size is much harder to shape than a little skinny one. But basically you just want to go slow and not try to bend it all at once. Give it its first little taste of Miracle Grow. These tamaracks have all responded really well to Miracle Grow. And they are a bog tree, so they do love water. And it's important to keep them really wet. Okay, here's a much smaller tree. Same thing on this one. I want to develop a nice smooth trunk down low on it. I can use a much thinner wire on this one. This is 12-2 Romex. They are, the more flexible they are, of course, and makes them much easier to shape. Cut this branch that's facing down. There we go, that one's off to a good start. So I've got quite a few of this size trees to do, so I'll get them all wired up and we'll have a look at them. All right, the work is done. here's the results. Here's the big tree. And 4 smaller trees that are all wired. And 2 blue spruce. And these 2 tamaracks. So there you go. Collecting trees for bonsai in the shale pit. Hope everyone's having a great bonsai day. I'll see you next time on Bonsai by the Sea.